The main mystical teaching of the Gita is that of love, cosmic love, oceanic love. A love that has not just the human heart within it, but the human heart's connection with the divine. That divinity of existence which is behind all things, and which is present in our lives as this manifest universe full of wonder. So that's the first mystical part of the Gita, and really the heart of it. And to be able to listen and be reminded that love is the key that opens the door. Love is the knock to which God responds, is really what Krishna is telling Arjuna again and again. The subtlety of love, which is beyond all thinking, beyond all mind, is the real mystical secret in the Gita. Love has its own beauty. Love brings its own experiences, its own wonder, which allows us to be so free that we can transcend and drop out of our limited conditioning. So that's the first part. It is about love. The second mystical teaching is how to become a witness, an observer of this existence. In other words, how to become a meditative person, for whom meditation has spread all over life. In other words, the divine aspect has spread over all things that one does. In fact, Jesus says that the man of real religion, eating, sitting, listening, is in this meditative, watchful state. Even when he is asleep, the man of meditation is awake. And while others sleep, he is also awake. This clarity of meditation is the second mystical key in the Bhagavad Gita. And the third part is about human suffering, about how we are joy and suffering, how we are not just to live with the roses in life, the fragrance of the rose, but sometimes also to live with the pricks of the thorns on the rose. It can hurt us, the thorns do hurt us, but life has both aspects. The rose cannot be without the thorn. Come out of this complaining, come out of this lethargy of being worried continually, and accept the rose with the thorn. The fourth mystical teaching in the Gita is about what divine energy is. Krishna talks about the infinite energy, the depths of energy, of universal energy, that goes into making this cosmos as it is. So in that way, Krishna goes beyond the psychological and goes into the cosmic realm, goes into the universal realm, talks about the universe as a whole, talks about creation, destruction as a whole. And that is really key for us to understand that the energy of the divine is so powerful, yet is so graceful, so beautiful, is really the most comforting thing. While God can be so distant, so all-powerful, He can also be the closest thing to our hearts. We can have His presence within our hearts, within our hands, and God is always available. So this idea of hope that God comes again and again to make Himself available to satisfy our needs, our wants, and the needs of the world is the most comforting mystical message of the Gita. And the fifth thing is about this material world that we live in, this society that we live in, and how behind the working of this society, apparently it is man-made, but behind the workings of all things is the hidden hand of the infinite. And how the infinite wants society's workings to be based on love, not on hatred, to be based on justice, not on injustice. And that how, if there is an overwhelming injustice, if there is an overwhelming hatred in the world, then things are corrected. Much destruction happens within society. So the way for society to be, the way for society to act maturely, is to become more trusting, more justful, and that is when inner richness is created as the foundation of society. You see, we have lost compassion as a society. And Krishna may seem very, very ruthless in advocating war, but actually if you look at it, his hand is a hand of compassion, which allows the rotten weeds to die. And then only the new seed can sprout. New flowers can come into the garden of humanity. So eventually the Bhagavad Gita's main mystical teaching is about compassion. It is about a compassion which allows new growth, new flowering, a new growth of spirituality within us and within society and within the earth as a whole, within the cosmos and universe too as a whole.